welcome back to my channel. Today we're reviewing the new Wet n Wild Rebel Rose collection. So I'm going to show you guys how I got this smoky eye look, and I'm going to go over all of the products in the Rebel Rose collection today. This is a limited edition collection from Wet n Wild, and I've had a bunch of requests to film this video. I did want to say really quickly thank you guys for the love on my last video, and I got a lot of new subscribers, so if you are new, welcome to my channel and thank you for subscribing. I did want to start something new for you guys who are loyal to my channel and part of the notification squad. So if you guys are subscribed to this channel and you have your notifications turned on, I'm going to give you guys a chance to win some products every now and then in the beginning of my videos. So in today's video for my notification squad giveaway, I'm going to be giving away 3 products from the Wet n Wild Rebel Rose collection. These are the rose infused skincare products. I personally cannot wear these, so I want them to go to one of you guys who enjoys this video, but I also have a full brush set from Morphe that I want to give away. So this is the Grand Masters set from the holidays this year. This set has 20 white-haired brushes, which you guys know are my favorite, and it has the gold portion of the handle. So these are super chic. It would be a great addition to your collection, especially if you're just starting off and you want a full brush set. So if you guys want to win my first ever notification squad giveaway, then make sure you are subscribed to this channel with the notifications turned on. Leave me a comment on this video within the first 7 hours of it being up, and make sure you include your Instagram handle so that I can contact you if you are the winner. So that is it. Also be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and those are the simple rules I'm going to have whenever I do one of these giveaways. But anyways, if you guys are interested in hearing about the Rebel Rose collection from Wet n Wild and you want to see how I got this smoky look, then just keep on watching. The first thing I want to try out of the collection is what I am most excited for, and it is the eyeshadow. So there are 3 eyeshadow quads. They retail for $4.99 each. This one is Secret Garden Rendezvous. This one is House of Thorns. And this is the one I'm most excited for. This is Bed of Roses. So they're all very beautiful. They have the black lace detail on the packaging, and they have roses embossed in the powder. The shimmer in this one is just speaking to me, so I really want to create a look with that in it. There is a rose eyeshadow brush in this collection as well, so I'm going to pop this out of the container. I personally am not super into it usually when brushes have shapes, just because I find them to be kind of like a collectible item and I don't ever actually want to reach for them, but I do think it's really cute. So here is the rose eyeshadow brush. It's really cute. It has thorns down the handle, and then it has the rose at the tip. I don't think this is fluffy enough for my taste to blend eyeshadow, but it's kind of firm. It reminds me of like a miniature round top kabuki brush, so it would be really nice for blending an eyeshadow base all over the lid. So that's what I would use it for, just to kind of blend my Painterly paint pot all over the lid, and that's kind of what I'm doing today. I did lay down Painterly before hopping on camera, so I'm just giving it a once over with this blending brush. So I think I want to stick to maroon vibes with this eyeshadow look. So I think I'm going to start with this matte maroon shade in the bottom corner of the quad. And I'm taking a Sigma E25 blending, and I'm just going to dip into this matte maroon shade. Hopefully you guys can see a lot of it is picking up on the brush. It does seem to be really pigmented. And I'm just going to pat this on my lid. And I'm just going to go in for a little bit more. And I'm just going to work this up until I have as much as I want. Kind of blending it into the crease a little bit. It is looking a little bit patchy towards the crease, so I am going to have to go in with another shade and try to blend that in there. I am really liking this color. I feel like this is a very different color for me. I wouldn't tend to go in with a color like this for smoky eye. There's actually not a ton of fallout with these shadows, which is really nice so far. So I'm going to go into this lighter shade right here. This hopefully will act a little bit as a transition. It does look like it has shimmer in it, but it kind of looks like one of those shimmers that will actually be more matte, so that's what I'm hoping for. And I'm going in with a little bit bigger of a fluffy brush. This is the Sigma E35. So this is just a little bit of a lighter maroon, and it's kind of like a dusty rose color. And I'm hoping if I just go over the crease that this will help blend the crease with the lid shade. And you know what? This definitely has some shimmer to it. It's very shimmery, so I'm actually blending it and then bringing it down kind of onto the lid as a topper. So I'm taking the patchiness and kind of concealing it with this shimmer and bringing the shimmer all over the lid. So taking a pencil brush, I'm going to go into that matte maroon shade and I'm going to drag this along both of my lower lash lines. And I'm going to take my blending brush and just gently smoke that out. And I'm actually really loving the blend and I'm loving the colors of this look so far. Next up is that beautiful shimmer that I have been waiting to go into. So I'm going to pick that up with a clean brush. It does look a lot darker on the brush and it does seem to have a glittery overspray. So that's something to keep in mind, that it might not be as vibrant as it looks in the pan. I'm going to spray my brush with a little bit of setting spray. And I'm just going to dab that right in the inner corner of my lid. So that just gave kind of a pretty wet look to the smoky eye. And I actually really enjoy how this looks. So first impression on the eyeshadow palette, I actually really like it, especially for the price. And I love this look. So I'm going to add some mascara and lashes and then the eye look will be complete and we can move on to some of the other products in the collection. Okay, now that my lashes are on, I want to do a little bit of bronzing. There is not a bronzer in the Rebel Rose collection, but I do have the new bronzers for 2019. So the one I'm going to go into is one of the more matte shades out of the bronzers. This is Sunset Striptease. So I'm going to use this bronzer to kind of help match my body to my face. My body's a little bit more dark right now. This is also going to help make me look like I have cheekbones as usual. If you're like me and you don't have a prominent jawline, if you kind of go along where it would be, like stick it out and go along here, that helps as well. I also need to hit my forehead. I've had a great experience with the bronzers so far. I've used this one a few times. So we have another rose brush. This is the blush brush, which I have to pull out for the next product. So this one is really cute to have in your collection because it's really big. I just feel like it's so cute. It looks more like a rose than the eyeshadow one. I'm having a little bit of shedding, but for me, this would most likely sit on display. I wouldn't actually use it, but for the sake of this video, I am going to use it with the next product, which is probably the most unique product out of the collection. This is a cream blush, and it is one of the Transformative blushes that goes from black to pink. I have not personally tried one of these yet, but this is in the shade Rose in Peace. As you can see, it looks black. The warmth of your skin is supposed to transform this into a pink product. I don't know if you're going to be able to pick it up, but it almost looks like it has a little bit of golden shimmer in there as well. And I'm just going to hit my cheeks with this and hope for the best. It's actually just giving me a nice pink flush. So I'm so happy that that didn't ruin my look. I also like that it's a cream because it's kind of giving a little bit of a sheen to my skin. And that cream blush is going to lay down a nice tacky foundation for my highlighter. So there is not a highlighter in the Rebel Rose collection, but I have talked about this in a few of my previous videos. This is my favorite Wet n Wild highlighter. It is the Mega Glow highlighting powder in the shade Bloom Time. I have a whole video up on this powder. And I'm just going to lightly highlight with my favorite highlighter from the drugstore. And it gives even more of like that wet, glassy skin glow. But the last thing we have to talk about is lipstick. So there are 4 liquid Catsuit lipsticks in this collection. The 2 bold, darker shades have black caps, and then we have 2 lighter shades that have light pink caps. Some of these, especially this dusty mauve one, look like they could be Jeffree Star Cosmetics dupes. This one is called Bud Romance. This one is called Petal Poison. And then we have this dusty navy shade called Deviant Damsel. I'm such a huge fan of these like dusty mauve purplish kind of lip colors, so I know I'm going to like this one. This is Bud Romance. I'm going to go ahead and apply this shade. In the middle of swatching, I just realized this is not a matte liquid lipstick. This is a high shine liquid lipstick. So the ones with black caps are matte lipsticks, and the ones with pink caps are high shine lipsticks. So I wanted to continue putting that on just so you guys could see the color, but I'm not at all a fan of colorful glossy lips, so I'm going to remove this shade and put on one of the matte ones. So I obviously overlined a lot. It was kind of a messy application, but the color and the formula actually is really, really nice. I was a little bit deceived thinking it was going to be a matte, but I wish that those glossy shades were actually matte shades because I thought it was really cool that they kind of duped Jeffree Star, but obviously if they're glossy, they didn't. But I do think it's really cool that you can get a navy shade like this from the drugstore. So a few more products out of the Rebel Rose collection that I want to mention are some lip care products. So we have a lip scrub, and I don't think I've ever seen a lip scrub from Wet n Wild before or from the drugstore really. So here is what it looks like. It's just your typical lip scrub, and I think it does have a rose scent. Then a product that I think is really cool is actually this lip jelly, and I don't know if you guys have ever tried a product like this, but it starts off either clear or with a tint to it, and it changes your lip color to its most appropriate shade of pink, they say. So this actually does turn into a really pretty shade of pink, but as you can see, it kind of starts off as kind of an ugly shade of green. So here is the pink tint of the lip jelly. So these next products are also part of the collection, but I will be giving it away in my notification giveaway in today's video because I am very sensitive to scents. So I'm not going to open them up, but I will let you guys know what they have to offer. So they have this Rose Primer Serum. Then there is a rose multi-use oil, and it looks like it actually has rose petals inside of it. And then last but not least, there is a rose toner. But that was everything out of the Wet n Wild Rebel Rose collection. I actually really enjoyed the look that I came up with today. I'm a huge fan of the Bed of Roses quad. I actually really love the eye look that I have on today. But my next one that I want to try is definitely the House of Thorns. It has kind of like the forest green, deep dark shades in there. But I definitely can say that I think it would be worth the $4.99 to get a really pretty sultry, smoky look from the drugstore. So the brushes I think are really cute, but for me they're a little bit more nostalgic than they are useful. So I would definitely put them on display, but I don't know if I would go out of my way to buy them for useful purposes because I think the stems or the handles are a little bit fragile for my liking. I also don't like how the rose goes so far up to the tip of the bristles. I feel like especially with the blending brush that makes it hard to blend eyeshadow. So this would be really good for putting on an eyeshadow base, but not so much blending eyeshadow. And I feel kind of the same way about the blush brush, although it did work really well with the transforming blush. Although I wouldn't typically reach for a black blush, I think that it did something when it came to highlighter. So I do wish that a highlighter was actually in this collection, but you guys know I'm so obsessed with Bloom Time, and I really love how this cream blush, and I guess it would work with any cream blush, kind of laid down a really nice tacky base for my highlight, and it helped give me that wet glass skin type of look that I love lately. Now I will always hype up the Catsuit liquid lipsticks, but I am a little bit disappointed with the glossy lips. This is not something that I would spend my money on, so I would stay away from this. I just think they're a little bit too messy to apply, and for my personal taste, I don't like having a darker color or a colored gloss at all. I typically stay to clear glosses or very light nude glosses because they tend to get messy and they're kind of hard to stay in the lines, at least with my lip shape. But these two liquid lipsticks, the navy and the kind of deep brown, I do think would be worth the money, and I think that I would snatch them up because they are part of this limited edition collection. I also love the packaging on them, and I like that there's a navy in the drugstore. I really actually am enjoying this shade. But that pretty much wraps up my thoughts on the Wet n Wild Rebel Rose collection. I will leave everything available linked down below so that you guys can shop the collection if you're interested. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell if you want to be a part of my notification fam. I am going to start doing these notification giveaways more often for you guys. But thank you guys so much for watching and for hanging out with me, and hopefully I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye.